Hello and welcome to Teens Republic here on Anedo TV. My name is Gwacham Chidiogo. Teens Republic is that show we have created for teenagers and young adults. Here, I hand over to you the tools with which you can navigate around teenage. This is also a show for parents, guardians, mentors, coaches, teachers, and people working with teenagers and young adults. Here, you will learn how to communicate with them, and together, we will be raising a generation of teenagers that will turn out to be responsible adults that we all will be proud of. Our dear nation, God, and the whole world will be proud of. In today's episode of Teens Republic, we'll be looking at low self-esteem and how it affects teenagers. 2 months ago, I had a section with a young 19-year-old girl. She told me how she was in a relationship, abusive, toxic relationship. This young man will physically, emotionally abuse her, sexually abuse her, and he has turned her into his money machine. He will make demands, monetary demands. As at the time we spoke, she had sent him 40,000 naira. And when I asked her, you already know this relationship is not good for you. Why are you still in this relationship? Her answer broke my heart. She said, what can I do? I am not very beautiful and I'm fat. Who else will manage me? Self-esteem is the value we place on ourselves. Self-esteem is the worth we attach on ourselves. A healthy self-esteem is seeing yourself as having value just like everybody else. You know you have your strengths, but you also have your weaknesses just like everybody else. Low self-esteem is consistently putting down yourself. Low self-esteem is seeing yourself as having no value or low worth. When you also see yourself as having so much value that you begin to not see the value in other people, it is also a sign that you're suffering from low self-esteem. Now, what are the causes of low self-esteem? Low self-esteem begins from childhood, from the messages we receive, messages from our parents, messages from the society, and messages from the teachers. There are many other causes of low self-esteem, but in this episode, we will be focusing on these messages we receive from family and caregivers. Parents, most times, even though it is their intent to raise up a good child, it is their intent to raise up a confident child, sometimes your parents become so overwhelmed that they say some things to you that are hurting. And most of the times, they don't mean these things they say. You are useless. You are not enough. Look at your sister. Why can't you do anything right? He's so much better than you. Other children are so much better than you. You internalize these messages that you receive from them. And sometimes, some of these messages are unspoken, but they carry the same weight. Take, for instance, you feeling that you are not enough because you are constantly being compared to your siblings, to your neighbors, and to your peers. Messages from teachers. I read the story of Steve Harvey. He said the teacher had told him at one point when he was only 10 years old to write what they would like to be in the future. He said he wrote down that he wanted to be on TV. Other people wrote different things. Some said they wanted to be a doctor. Some said they wanted to be a lawyer. He just wanted to be on TV. When he submitted this, the teacher collected it from every other student and read out to the whole class what everybody has said they wanted to become. She saved his paper for the last. She humiliated him. She called him and she knew that he had a severe stuttering problem. And she asked him, who do you know that has ever been on TV? And in a bid to defend himself, he wanted to speak. He said, I. Who in your family has ever been on TV? I. who in your neighborhood has ever been on TV. She said, look at you. You can't even speak and you want to be on TV. Today, Steve Harvey is one of the biggest TV hosts around the world. He said that before the teacher had died, he would send her a big television every December, every Christmas, so that she would watch him on TV. Now, he turned that right. But the depth through which these words, especially when it comes from teachers that you respect so much, you internalize these messages, and it in turn forms the foundation of your self-esteem. Messages from the society. We live in a society that has raised these unrealistic beauty standards. The society tells you that you have to look in a certain way. You need to have a figure 8. You need to look in a way. You need to be fair. There are standards that they've kept that if you look at these standards, it will bring about low self-esteem. Celebrities go through surgeries just to look the way they look. They pay money and they go through these surgeries just so that for them, most of the times, they are looking at the business part of it. Some of them are doing these things for the attention. But if you're not guided, you would think that that is how you should be looking. And if you don't have their kind of body, you begin to have low self-esteem. Now, what can you do if you already have a low self-esteem? How do you heal from low self-esteem? Self-awareness. You need to become aware. You need to become aware of these thoughts as it comes up in your head. Thoughts bring about actions. Our thoughts breed our actions. You need to pause. When these thoughts come up in your head, you need to pause. When you've made a mistake and suddenly you see yourself or you hear yourself saying things like, oh, I'm stupid. Oh, I can't do anything right. Oh, I've made a mistake again. Oh, everybody is laughing at me. Oh, everybody is better than me. I want you to pause. You are not a mistake. You may have made a mistake, but you are not a mistake. You need to pause in that moment and rebuke that thought immediately. This is not me. Learn from your mistakes and show yourself empathy. You know how you would show empathy to your friend. You need to extend that same empathy to yourself. When you make a mistake, realize that you are not AI. You are a human being. Human beings make mistakes, but human beings also learn from their mistakes and become better. Another way you can overcome low self-esteem is by gratitude. Do not compare yourself with people. Benjamin Franklin said, comparison is the thief of all your joy. Be okay with the way you look. Be okay with the way you are. You can get better. There are things you can always get better on. Focus on your strengths. Get better on your strengths and accept there are some things you can never be good at, and it's okay. It's okay. Now, if you're a parent and you're listening to me, this is how you can help your child build a healthy self-esteem. Mind the words you speak to your children. Your children internalize everything you say, hook, line, and sinker. Say powerful words to them. Decree powerful words to their life. Call them by their names. You are powerful. You are unique. You are a creative. When you empower your children with these words, they will come out powerful. And as a society, we need to build an atmosphere where teenagers feel they are enough. An Igbo adage says, it takes a community to raise a child. And with this, we have come to the end of today's episode of Teens Republic here on Anedo TV. My name is Gwacham Chidiogo. Please subscribe to our channel and follow us on all our social media platforms. If you have a question or questions, please put them in the comments and I'll answer them in the next episode. I believe in you. You are unique. You have a voice. The world will hear your voice and feel your impact. I'll see you next time.